What are some signs your doctor might not be a good doctor? When he types your symptoms in Bing. I hate when doctors don't use Google. Exactly. Morons. Hashtags your symptoms in Twitter. And all of the results are porn related. Telling you certain things are normal when they are not, ignoring serious medical issues, saying they will refer you to specialists, but never do, treating a problem, but not finding the cause. To stop it, no support or reassurance. These are some problems I'm having with my doctor right now. Needless to say, I'm going through complaint proceedings as I'm very sick. Me, it hurts when I touch it. Doctor, then don't touch it. Problem solved. Homeopathy. Signs your doctor isn't a doctor at all. Handing out antibiotics for the flu, cold or other viral infections like Thea candy. He told me to think about spirituality as a cure to my depression. Drew me a diagram of the brain where half of it is chemical balance and the other is spirit. Told him I'll wait for him to retire before talking to his replacement, which is in a few months. When they use all three of their stims on themselves. And they die, spawn peeking. When you bring up concerns about weight gain and explain that your mom went through something similar at your age and it ended up being a vitamin B deficiency, immediately cut off and asked, with a huff in her voice, "What time do you get up?" I told her 5:30 am. I explained that I leave my house at about 6:30 am and don't get home until after 7 pm most nights. Why? She asked in a tone like she was questioning the validity of my statement. I explained that I'm a teacher who commutes an hour a day and coaches basketball after school. Her response, "Well, you are going to have to start getting up at 5 am like me and run." It was the condescending tone she was using that really put me off. I learned through our visits over a couple of years that this woman had no idea what people should do if they couldn't afford the expensive health club she went to and suggested, or couldn't afford the nanny and personal chef her surgeon husband surprised her with. I went in for an appointment once to have my IUD removed because it was causing me a lot of pain. Later on I was diagnosed with adenomyosis. The doctor spent 15 minutes arguing with me about it, then finally agreed to remove it, but yanked it out of me really roughly, causing a lot of pain and bleeding, then had the nerve to charge me for a double appointment. When I first moved to this city and went to a new doctor, he told me he doesn't believe in computers. When I left, I looked behind the desk and nobody had computers. I never came back. As someone that works in healthcare and deals with providers, those like this infuriate me. When you have type 1 diabetes and they treat you as a type 2. I'm going to go with that doctor who was fired recently for saying she would poison Jews. Yeah, no thanks. Do you guys have a nurse practitioner I can talk to? I knew my doctor wasn't the right doctor for me when he didn't laugh at any of my jokes before sticking his fingers up my pooper. Come on guy, you're about to feel my insides. Lighten up a little. Well, what were your jokes? Mine was, alright, I know you're about to tell me that this is going to be uncomfortable, and I promise you it's not, and they didn't get it, and I made it worse. Can remember most of the specifics, as this was a number of years ago, but right after he gloved and lubed up and was about to do his work, he says, "Sorry, I have to do this," which I replied, "Oh, no reason to apologize. This is the whole reason why I'm paying to be here today." He just glared at me, then stuck his fingers in. Doctor, so you're not feeling good? Same. My husband went to a new doctor a couple years back who told him he didn't actually have asthma, but it was all allergies and asthma didn't actually exist. Yeah, note out of that one. This was from my own experience. Me, I have had heartburn for most of my life, but it's getting especially bad. It runs in my family, and my uncle had to have half of his esophagus removed because of a condition called Barrett's esophagus, which doctors say can run in the family. The doctor told my uncle we should all be very vigilant about it. Mine is the worst in the family and I think it's on the way. Are there any tests we can run or check it out to see if I'm heading down that road? Doctor, have you ever tried Nexium? Me, UHH. The over-the-counter heartburn pill? Yay, yay I have. Doctor, how does it work? Me, not very well. Doctor, I'm going to write you a prescription for Nexium. Me, no, I don't think you understand. Also, why are you writing a prescription for an over-the-counter drug? Doctor, call me in a month and tell me if this helps. Me, wait, what? I know how it works. I just told you, it doesn't solve my heartburn problems and there may be deeper issues here. Doctor, alright, well if that's it, the receptionist is outside. She'll sign you out. Me, fucks off right out the door cursing. If the doctor can't explain the problem to you in simple terms, it's probably because they don't understand it themselves. Had a friend who went to his doctor for a checkup. Doc said that my friend's Yin and Yang were off. You wake up to find out he ran away with your skeleton. Use of leeches. When he sits in the middle of a room on a chair like Jabba the Hutt and you have to move around him instead of him moving around you. If they finish every appointment by saying not a doctor, SHHHH. One doctor told me I could lose weight by stopping eating ranch dressing. I never mentioned ranch dressing, nor have I ever eaten ranch dressing. I disclosed to another doctor that I was in an eating disorder outpatient program, and not only was she unaware there was such treatment in our major American city, she had me explain my disorder to her because she had only ever heard of anorexia. When he's giving you a prostate exam and has both hands on your shoulders. I hope this isn't Chernobyl. I don't know, I didn't read the whole Wikipedia entry, but the good news is what he has is highly treatable. With radiation first and if necessary, chemotherapy. HMM. Points to tip jar. Oh, for God's sake. Do you have any idea how expensive medical school is? No, I don't. It's probably pretty expensive. I swear, honest to God, this was a real conversation between a doctor and a woman. For some reason, this woman from Guahag only consults this doctor, despite his sketchy practices. Having to make an appointment with the doctor, to find out results 2 months later, to find out they never even looked at them, and opened them, and didn't even try to hide this fact. When he is not a doctor, or use the good old Dr. Google. He is fresh out of college. If you die. When he steals your kidneys. My doctor literally asked the nurse what type of case this was. A doctor asking the nurse what disease I have. He greets the room by saying hi, everybody. If there's a open bottle of liquor on his desk. If you die. When he walks in the room and says, hi, everybody, and everybody replies calling him by his first name. My doctor has a weight scale she bought on clearance, and she didn't actually check my vitals. Just told me to get a blood test and go to my gynecologist. She refused to raise my med dosage despite me becoming suicidal, anxious and depressed. When he recommends a tapeworm for ads and allergies, because kids in Africa have them, and they don't have allergies or ads. When he suggested a detox cleanse. I have a perfectly functional liver and kidneys that do the job just fine, thanks. They don't take any parental input of what is wrong, and pass it off as cerebral palsy. He will die before he hits 20. Yeah, sure I do. When the doctor doesn't receive our scholarship. Allows their receptionists in the ER to deny people with bad chest pains from being seen. When he is not autistic,